classical and lullabies, ballads, patriotic music and marches, country music, hymns, and sacred music, and some contemporary music, like Julie was telling me about Star Wars. They played Star Wars, and I think that is a good example of good contemporary music. And then the bad we want to try to stay away from is the rock and roll music with suggestive lyrics, which can be found in country music. Some country music is good, but you have to be really full of the lyrics. And hard rock and metal. So we have to teach these kids when they're young these things. And I just wanted to thank Stephanie for following in my footsteps. I've had many recitals here. I've taught piano for about, well, it's been 27 years now if I count Brittany. And so, and now my nerves won't handle it anymore. I get too nervous, and so Stephanie, she's going to take over. Only she has more talent than I ever did, and she has had a lot better teachers and knows more about theory and the background music than I ever learned. So I think she'll do well in her profession as she keeps going on. Thank you. I'll turn the time over to you, Stephanie.
Okay, just really quick, I just want to say a couple of things. Since this was kind of a Monday night and we didn't have a ton of students before, and we kind of thought with kind of a little family home evening thing, but just really quick, I wanted to thank all the parents and all the students for all the hard work that they did this year. It was great. I think that we had a lot of fun. I know that it was kind of hard sometimes, Saturday mornings, especially with the Garvins, because they were here at 8 o'clock, and that was not too fun, I know. But we handled it, and we made it through, and that was really great. And I want to encourage all of you students to keep going on and keep doing music. I have a poem that I want to read here really quick, and one of my piano teachers a long time ago about drilled this into my head, and she kept it right in the very front page of my notebook, and every day we would go over this. But it was, and you can apply it to music and also to about anything, but if you think it's too hard, or if you don't like it, or if it's dumb, or if you can't figure it out, or if you're too lazy, too stubborn, too afraid, or if it's dumb, or if you can't figure it out, or if you're too lazy, too stubborn, too afraid, too busy, too tired, too hungry, or if you just don't want to do it anyway and see what happens. And so I thought that was a great little saying. Hold on, I forgot something. Okay. Just for a few minutes, I just want to talk to just the students, all the music students here, and I just want to congratulate you guys on everything that you've done, and I kind of wanted to talk about talents. It's kind of the little focus, and I want all you to know that being here tonight has shown that you all have a great talent for music, and even though maybe some of you didn't enjoy it at times, or maybe you don't think you have a talent in music, but your parents did, and they saw it in you, and that's why they have you here, and that's why, thank you. And that's why you're here tonight, because otherwise you wouldn't be here. So I want you all to realize that, and just quickly I want to go over the story of the talents in the Bible. Of course, we all know that the Lord called some of his servants together, and to one he gave 5 talents, to one he gave 2 talents, and to one he gave 1 talent. And the one with the 5 talents went and worked and doubled it and was rewarded 10 talents, and one with 2 the same was rewarded and got 4 talents. But the one with 1 talent was very unhappy that he was just had 1, and so he went and buried it, and then he didn't have any. And I want you all to know that you all have many talents, and this music is one of the greatest talents I think that you can have, and I know that you all have it, and I'm very proud of you. Just really quick, I want to read a poem. It's one that we've all heard before. It's called Touch of the Master's Hand, but I just wanted to read it one more time. 'Twas battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it scarcely worth his while to waste much time on the old violin, but he held it up with a smile. What am I bid, good folks?" he cried. "Who'll start the bidding for me? $1, $1, then 2, only 2, $2, and who'll make it 3? $3 once, $3 twice, going for 3, but no, From the room far back, a gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bow. Then, wiping the dust from the old violin and tightening the loose strings, he played a melody pure and sweet as a caroling angel sings. The music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quiet and low, said, "What am I bid for the old violin?" as he held it up with the bow. $1,000, and who'll make it 2? 2,000, who'll make it 3? 3,000 once, 3,000 twice, and going and gone, said he. The people cheered, but some of them cried, "We don't quite understand. What changed its worth?" Swift came the reply, "The touch of the master's hand." And many a man with life out of tune and battered and scarred with sin is auctioned cheap to the thoughtless crowd, much like the old violin. A mess of pottage, a glass of wine, a game, and he travels on. He is going once and going twice. He's going and almost gone. But the master comes, and the foolish crowd never can quite understand the worth of a soul and the change that's wrought by the touch of the master's hand. And I just want you all to know that you've done a great job this year, and I want you to remember the importance that music is and the great blessings that it can bring to everybody's life. With music somehow being such a big part of my life, I found that it really is not for me, but it's to help to touch others, and so I hope you guys can always continue on with that. But let's go ahead and get started with our recital. I am probably more nervous than anybody else here because this is my first recital as a teacher. I played in about a bazillion recitals, but this one, I don't know, I'm a little bit nervous. So hopefully, I know you guys will do great. And we'll go ahead and get started with Andrus.